Morning. Hey, Gerald, set the video. Let me know when you're ready. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let's go over a quick video real quick. I want to show you the two main buy and sell setups with the system. Just a phenomenal day yesterday. Uh, August the 7th, we had a lot of nice setups. We're going into a buy setup right now. It's around 8:20 on August the 8th. We're from a sell 200 zone setup right into a buy zone. So we'll see if that develops. So you members get ready for a buy zone coming in right now. Let's take a look at the two buy setups that we have, buy and sell setups that we have in the trade room. The new algo just got released. We're going to keep training on that for you members. It's an indicator and strategy. The indicator is a standalone, and the strategy can be standalone also. The indicator, which I'll go over quickly in this video, I don't want to make this video too long because I want to put it on the members download page. We did about a 45-minute video yesterday previewing it, and this is a recap of the buy and sell setups that we have. But I want to go briefly over that in this video, how to use the indicator, how there's an audible alert system on it. I gave you some different RICO sizes to test this weekend on that video, so we don't need to recap that what we did yesterday. Replay that video, test the strategy settings that I gave you yesterday this weekend. You guys will be impressed on how that can work for you also. So let's go over the two setups that we have. What I've done is I streamlined the charts with all these different indicators that we have used over the years, and I built it into the code. So the strategy and indicator runs nice and smooth. We don't have to have our stochastic below us anymore, showing when the market is strong or when it's really weak, etc. I built everything into the code for you. So let's look over our standard buy and sell setups right now. Let me skinny this down. So we'll look over our standard buy and sell setups. We had a heck of a day yesterday. It was just a phenomenal day of trading. The zones were right on point. What we've seen over the years and years, and this is our 30-year back-tested zone, is these algorithms that push these markets around love to reverse price inside these zones. So let's look over our buy and sell setups. First of all, what we do. So we got this zone, this parallel zone. You can see that we like to use for trend. So this will tell us we back tested this for the last 30 years as being the best zone for trend. So if it's green, this parallel line is green. Looks like our car track's running right there. If it's green, we're looking to buy pullback zones. We're trying to, the market's trying to buy liquidity here. It pulls price back. Price is getting pulled back. The counters try to push the market the other way. And then we get the smart money coming in here, adding liquidity, buying liquidity to their position, and then getting a reversal candle right there inside of the zone and pushing the market up. Just like right now, we're inside of a buy zone. So our buy zone right now is inside of a buy zone. They push the market down with trend up, push the market down, and we're inside of a buy zone. This is a normal buy zone. Now this will be a confluence buy. Now I'm going to show you what a confluence buy is. Now you're going to get, if this we have a 1-1-35 Uni-Rinko chart here. That means if this reversal candle goes up 35 ticks and it's inside of my trend zone, this is my trend zone right there. If it's inside my trend zone reverses, you're going to get what's called a yellow entry candle. That yellow entry candle, I'll show you. We had a lot of them yesterday that worked out very, very well. You're going to get an audible alert that's going to go on your speakers. So if you turn your speakers on, as soon as this turns yellow candle, meaning this goes up 35 tick reversal, it's going to give you a signal to go long. Your speakers on your will go off. I got mine set to wave file 4. So what that means is that you're going to start beeping when this comes off. So you can see zone reversal. You can change it to alert 4 from a 1. It lets you know that we have a possible buy signal right there as soon as that turns yellow. So that's an active trade right now. This is called a confluence trade. And I'm going to show you how important confluence trades are because we had some really big moves yesterday when this combined. So the difference in the two setups is this. There's two setups. There's your normal buy setup, your normal buy zone that we have. This is a normal buy zone. This is our standard 25 buy zone. There's the high of the zone. There's a low zone. You just can't close below this zone by more than one candle. You can't close below it. You got to get a reversal candle in there. And we had that this morning right before the London Open. I keep telling you the London Open is a great time to look for a push. Yesterday we had a big London Open push again. 78 and a quarter, high as almost 90 on that push up. But what's the difference between this buy setup that's happening live with us right now? Well, we're into the buy zone. There's my buy zone, 25 buy zone. There's a high, there's a low. Price gets inside of the buy zone. But look how it's inside of my trend zone. It's not closing below it right here. It's inside of my trend zone right here, inside of it. So if I get a 35 tick reversal using this 35 tick candle, now you don't have to use a 35. You can use a 1120, 1125, 1130, whatever you want to do. I even showed you how we can use really smaller Renko sizes to strategy trade. I showed a 210-1, a 210-1, a 210-1, a 2 tick trend, a 10 offset, and a 1 reversal, because you'll get these buy signals inside of the zone with very small stops on strategy trading. I went over that yesterday. Replay that video. We'll go over some of that today. But this is a confluence trade that's happening right now. That's happening live right now. This is a buy setup confluence trade that's occurring. All right. Let me show you when you get a confluence trade yesterday, and then we'll get right back to live action, see if this thing can pull in. All right. So this is our normal sell zone. Okay. Our normal sell zone, you come up, you're red. Our 30-year back tested trend zone is red. We're only looking to short, right? We're red. Then you get into my sell zone. That's our normal trade. You get the 35 tick reversal, and then the pull-in would be 45.5 short, and it got as low as 34. So you fell that nice little 10-point run. I always tell traders on the normal setup into the sell-buy zone, we're looking for a 10 to 12-point run. I mean, that's what we're anticipating. So we want to adjust our ATM strategy to accompany about a 10 to 12-point run on the system. Now, if you do not get into the sell zone, then you get this yellow candle reversal because it got into my trend zone, but it never made to the sell zone, so it's not confluence. This is a standalone trade by itself. So this is a standalone trade, 45 down to 40. It was a 5-point trade, a 20-tick trade. This is a smaller one, but that yellow candle, the reason it fired, because it got inside of my trend zone, and I got a reversal. You'll get the red arrow that fires. Your audible alert on your speaker will come off. There you go. Now let me show you when they confluence. This is another standard zone right here because it came up. We're red. It came up into my sell zone, right? Here's my sell zone. There's a low high, but it closed one candle outside of my normal trend zone. So it's not confluence, but it's still a trade. There's a reversal. Went from 60.5 down to 44. 44 down to 60.5, 16 S&P points. Another great trade yesterday. Now let's take a look when we get to see some of these trades that show when the market can confluence, stuff like that. So then we get these yellow trigger candles that fire off. So when you come into the trend zone and you get a reversal, you come into the trend zone and get a reversal, you're going to get a yellow trigger candle that fires. This one was a beauty. 65.5 down to 54. Another 11-point potential trade. Then this one fires again yesterday at 1046. This potential 77.25 down to 61, another 14-point potential, another beauty trade right there. So you can see when these yellow triggers fire, we're anticipating the market to roll over inside of my 30-year backtested zone, because that's where it likes to reverse, because that's all the data that we did in the past to show on the S&P that's a highest probability reversal. So what I've done is I've created a strategy and indicator that will reverse inside of those zones only. Now, if we get inside of this 25 trend zone and we get inside of my trend zone here, that's called confluence. Okay, here's our normal sell zone. Again, normal sell zone, the market just got crushed. Right there is my trend zone. It got right inside of my sell zone. You see the high and low of the sell zone. There's your reversal candle, and the market just followed through at 10 o'clock yesterday. Potential 64.04, and it got as low as a 30-point drop. 30-point drop straight down. It was just a beauty on that one yesterday. Then we got a sell zone that came in, and we got a yellow trigger. The reason this yellow trigger entry fired was that we got into my trend zone again. Red or green. If you get a reversal there, break retest, another trade. This is 05.5 potential down to 97, another 8-point potential move. Now, what happens is you get the buy signal is the opposite. So a buy signal, you'll look for what? You will look for the market to pull back inside of my zone, get a reversal. There we go. So you can see yesterday, it was just a great day of trading with that big buy that marked the market up, sell, big sell, 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 sell. I mean, just what they did, the market marked all those traders up, and then they took all the traders to the woodshed. They gave back everything they marked up, and we took advantage of that using the algorithm. So you can use the indicator as a standalone, or you can use a strategy if you want to use a strategy. So right now, this is our buy signal that happened this morning. We're into the buy zone. Now we're into a confluence buy zone, because now my trend zone is up, and now I'm looking for a reversal right now. I'm looking for a 35, once this turns 35 ticks, because I'm using a 1135 for my reversal. Now, like I said, you can do this to 1130 if you want, 1120. You can lower your stop by lowering your tick reversal right there as far as that goes. All right. So if this reverses and hits 35 ticks, your alarm on your computer is going to go off. You get a buy signal. What's going to be our target? Our target's going to be market profile on the way up. There's our targets today on previous market profile. We know exactly where our targets are. This is where all the market participation is. All we do is skinny our 5-minute chart down. I got my 2 to 4 hour market profile windows open. I know exactly where our targets are for the day. If I get pulled into these buy or sell signals, I know this is a target. I know this is a target on the bottom. I know this is a target on the top. This is a target, because this is where all the market participation was. That's where the algorithms like to gravitate or magnetize these prices to. And we've seen this happen since 1985 and 1994 on price or volume profile. They like to drive price to these levels for the day. So we know our entry coming up, and we know our exits coming up also. So that's what we'll look for. Now, I want to show you. So that's our standard 25. That's our standard 25 buy zone. What happens when the market pulls back on a deep, deep liquidity grab? The market pulls back. I got this chart up here. Very simple. We had a sell signal this morning. Sell signal this morning at 8:19 was 63.80 3/4. Got as low as 76.5. So we had 80 3/4, almost 81, down to 76, almost a 5-point 20 tick run on the downside. But what happens when you get a break retest? This happened yesterday at Confluence. My goodness, I love these Confluence trades. The 25 had a sell signal and a downtrend, and it broke, retested my 200 Confluence zone. You'll see this happen on a week-to-week basis when you get these zones like the break retest. And I only got 2 zones on there to make it simple. I took the 35 off because it doesn't come up very often. Kept it simple for you guys. This is the 200 deep liquidity grad zone and the 100. The 200 is a plus signs, 100 is a dash. But take a look at this. Look how we broke through the zone, because what you have to do, you have to break, you retested the zone, and then it actually stopped to almost the tick on it yesterday, and then it fell 30 S&P points. So this is a really nice way to do it. When we do that, we had one here. We broke inside of the zone. These are deep liquidity grabs where the market likes to bring it up, catch all the rolling position traders, and then bring it right back down, and then take them all to the woodshed, and then bring it back out down into the buy zone, and then potentially, if we get a reversal, bring it right back up. So I use that chart as far as that goes, upper left. Same thing, same rules. It's got to come inside or at my zone, and then it's got to reverse. It cannot close outside of the zone. All right.